Escape is a 3D environmental puzzle game that instead of giving the player one straight path to follow, they are given the opportunity to solve a puzzle or move through a stage however they want to do it. It also has the elements of stealth that will keep the player on their toes and aware of their surroundings if they don't want to be caught by the guards. It takes place during World War II in Warsaw Ghetto in Poland and will have a dark and gritty feel to it. The concept for my game was inspired by games Limbo, Inside, and My Little Nightmares. Something that they all have in common is hand-holding with the player. In my game, I want to eliminate that element and give the player more power and choice to do what they want to solve a puzzle placed in front of them. I want this game to have replayability and give the player the need to want more when they're done playing the game. The game will play like Inside and Limbo the most since they have it so that the camera is following the player and will sometimes zoom out to show more of the stage when needed so that the player can evaluate their surroundings and determine what they need to do so that they can move on to the next stage. The game will be made up of 5 stages, each having their own unique aspects to them and will be mostly stealth and trying to get around guards, and the other will be most puzzles and trying to move past obstacles. When being confronted with a puzzle, the player needs to make the choice as to how they are going to complete it. For example, in one part of the game, the player will find a ladder to a fire escape near an abandoned apartment building and needs to figure out how to get to higher ground so they can get to the ladder. In this situation, the player could solve this in 2 ways, by either looking for objects on the ground, like rope and a hook of some sort, and combine them so that they can hook it to the ladder and climb up, or try to find another item to stack so that they can climb up onto a nearby dumpster and try to jump to the ladder. Either way works and will bring the player to their destination. With other areas, the player will be able to jump and swing on ropes, push objects to other areas so that they can either activate an event or help them to get to higher ground. In stealth portions of the game, where there are guards roaming around, the player will be able to pick up glass bottles and throw them so that they will create a sound and distract the guard. It'll make the guard go towards the noise and give the player a chance to escape to the next area. Getting caught by a guard will cause an immediate game over, and the player will need to start from the beginning of the section. Having each section of the game to have a different environment and unique aspect to them will keep the player from getting bored. One section requires the player to try and make their way into an apartment building, and another requires the player to move through a dark building without letting the candle they are holding to burn out, which means they won't be able to run and need to duck under open windows while making sure they don't get spotted by guards. The biggest risk I can see for my game is time. There's a lot that will need to be done to complete this project, but I believe with a dedicated team of hard workers, it will be able to get done in the amount of time we are given. I would like to thank you for your time, and I hope you consider my pitch.